How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the most evil player Scruffies I've ever matched up against. We're going to keep this one nice and short and just get right into it. You guys are going to be looking at the number 2 and the number 1 most evil players I've ever faced online. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Starting off today's video at the number 2 spot is Colt the Icon, also known as Gemini the Icon. This is a person who I first encountered, well, it had been 2020 when I was in Australia. Yeah, because this guy is a New Zealander. He plays in the Oceania region, so I don't really get much chance to face him anymore because it's too far of a distance, the connection isn't great. But when I lived there, I matched up against him a few times. And he did not start off toxic. He was a Jade player, and the first time I matched up against him, he did not play like a typical Jade player, and it was actually a good match. After the match, he messaged me and said, GG's, that was a close match, that was a good game. And I responded, thanks, you're not a typical Jade player, it's fun playing against you, and we were just talking about Mortal Kombat stuff. Then I matched up against him again a few days later, and I recognized the name. I was like, oh, this is that really friendly Jade player. And then they started playing like every other Jade player and just spamming and being trash and abusing all of her safe strings. But at the time I didn't really think too much. I was like, oh, well, whatever, I still beat them easily enough. Flash forward to a couple months ago. This guy was also in a recent video. He popped up in King of the Hill. He beat me because I got MK11. Like, I did a combo that lands every time, and you can watch it in the video how the combo drops. But for whatever reason, that combo dropped this time. The guy did a wake-up fatal blow, got me, ended up just using Jade to sealing the match. After that, I commented like, oh, hey, GG's. And before I forget, this guy had changed his name from Colt the Icon to Gemini the Icon in this. This time I faced him in the King of the Hill. So I just hopped on the mic, said, oh, GG's. I got bailed out by MK11 a little bit there, but still, GG's, good match. And then I asked, hey, are you Colt the Icon by chance, or do you know him? Is the Icon a clan name, or you just change your gamer tag? And they just went off trash talking and all that sort of stuff. Then they messaged me, trash talking some more. So I faced them in a 1-5, and I'll have you note that they only play broken characters. You can see in the video they only play Sindel, Cetrion, and Jade, and I still ended up beating them with our mid-tier Lord of Thunder, Raiden. But this person not only went from trash talking on Facebook and on YouTube, but also trash talking on PlayStation and private messages. They went from being super friendly to just super toxic out of nowhere, and so that's why they're at the number 2 spot. Before I continue on with our number 1 spot, I do want to note that part of why I think this guy became so toxic is because he was in some of the Oceania pro tournaments, where he would join the pro tournament and, you know, they would do the streams and people got to know his name. The thing is, though, I don't think he won a single round in those pro tournaments. He always got 0-3'd. So this guy, you know, of course loves attention. He loved the fact that he's in the pro tournament and that people recognize him, and that's what he lives for. So, and that's kind of what he's all about, and that just kind of, I think him joining the pro tournament is what made him become so toxic. And that is, again, why he is at our number 2 spot. And finally, rounding out this top 10 list of the most evil characters I've ever matched up against online is none other than the infamous Casco X-Zero. If you guys remember this guy at all, he is the anti-Scruffy, the exact opposite of what I am all about. I started my channel to kind of expose, you know, trash talkers, spammers, and overall toxic people. And this guy started a YouTube channel to be the most toxic person possible. His playstyle is he plays Shiva and just spams Dragon Drop or her fireballs, or plays Cetrion and just spams the ground pound and projectiles. Now that alone, being a spammer, isn't going to make somebody the number 1 most evil person in the world, or that I faced online. Well, what makes them evil is that they believe themselves to be the best player in Mortal Kombat 11. If you look at their YouTube channel, it actually says on there that I am the best Cetrion in the world. and that I am a elite top player, and I have beaten many pro players, so I'm just the best. Or it says I can beat pro players, I just don't want to. You know, that type of shtick. Geez, going on with that. First time I matched up with him, you know, he's trash talking the entire time, but none of it's directed towards me. He's just talking about how boring the game is because his Shiva stomp wasn't working. His spam wasn't working because, again, Scruffy, the king of dealing with spammers, was able to counter it and avoid it. This guy also quits, and it's not just he quits when he loses, he will quit when he'll quit when he loses, and then he'll quit again if he's winning. So in Combat League, if he wins the first match, but knows he shouldn't have, and that he's about to lose the set, he will teabag, trash talk, and then quit, so that you can't get the run back, and he can say, yeah, I beat you, you're never going to get those games against me again. Now, first time I matched up against him, if I hadn't said already, was, again, I was using Cabal, a character I don't use very often, and I was able to beat this guy pretty easily. Didn't even lose a round. Then next up, I faced him when he wasn't streaming. And now the difference between facing him when he is streaming and when he isn't streaming is he doesn't talk when he's not streaming, but he pulls the plug when he's about to lose. So he ended up pulling the plug on me when his Shiva spam didn't work against my Raiden. And then I matched up with him 3 more times after that. After that, I didn't actually play him again because he refused. They were all during his streams where his people were telling him not to play me because they recognized me as Scruffy and like, yo, don't play this guy. He's weird. He's gonna... I think they called me a stalker. I think you can hear that in the background of this video, is that they even said I was a stalker, and that's why he shouldn't play me. But he'll just sit there and trash talk in the character select and then quit before he can get the matchup. In one of the videos, he even told me that I should kill myself.
I gotta have a trick for you, my guy. Slow your wrist, right? Check it out. Slow your wrist. Jump in a bathtub. And just leave your wrist inside the bathtub. I got a magic for you. Alright? Watch what happens. It's a secret, though. Can't tell anybody, alright? Do the rope thing or the wrist thing. Alright? Bitch.
And I know this video was off a stream because no content creator in their right mind is going to post a video of them telling somebody else to kill themselves in vivid detail. But this guy did. And you can actually see his videos. He only plays low-level characters, and that's how he gets off at saying he's the best. I've watched some of his more recent streams and videos where he's like a Mortal Kombat King of the Hill. If you can beat me, you'll win $100. And he only invites people that are brand new to the game. And then he just spams them with Cetrion. So, the fact that this guy is a spammer, that he very clearly enjoys spamming and has a whole following of people that appreciate his spamming, the fact that he tells people to kill themselves, that he quits the games whether he wins or loses, so that he doesn't have to deal with getting beat, and that so if he does win, he can quit and say, haha, I beat you, you're trash. And the fact that he trash talks the entire time is going to land the infamous Casco X0 at the #1 most toxic spot on this list. And again, like Colt the Icon, this is another person who people knowing who they are and being famous is the most important thing to them. And that concludes our top 10 most toxic, most evil players I've ever encountered online. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.